Hey everyone, today we are back in the custom pack. And today's custom pack, I wanted to focus on one thing only. It's using the Jewel Caterpillar. Feint, spend 2 trumpets to increase the sell value of 2 random friends permanently. So I thought Jewel Caterpillar would be great to use with some Lioness shop scaling. No cheese involved, just regular Lioness shop scaling. I know some people aren't the biggest fan, but here's the thought process. You build whatever team just to scrape by, and then eventually, and then you build up a Jewel Caterpillar, and then you just pivot in as many Lioness as you can without completely throwing the game, and that Jewel Caterpillar is going to be increasing the sell value of the Lioness, and then basically once you go down to 1 heart, or it becomes a dire situation, you can make the big pivot, and your Lionesses will sell for a lot of gold, and hopefully you'll have enough time to roll and buy whatever your heart desires at that point. So this main run here, I've actually taken a couple days off in the late part of the week, which is typical sometimes if I get ahead on videos and whatnot. And yeah, had Sneaky Brusque actually was in town, so got to see him over the weekend. It's really nice. Shout out Sneaky Brusque. So get the Jewel Caterpillar in, and if you see kind of what I got going, got the beta fish in front of it. I have a spider back there, which I'm going to pill, so the Jewel Caterpillar will not work, or is not efficient with the spider. Luckily it misses the spider there. So now our hedgehog and our blue dragon are going to sell for more gold. And I found if you can get this, whatever you're trying to run with Jewel Caterpillar, if you just get it cooking quick, a lot of times I was trying to do a frog swap onto it to get it going, but you see this run, I just kind of brought it in early and started just focusing on it. But it allows for just great pivots. I mean, it's a lot of gold you build up, and you can kind of focus what units you want to hit. By just putting, see, I got my Feint units in the front here. So it kind of all just works out. And I get these, these are going to be 2 turn 7 level ups. So even though I'm not getting the best turns, it's like set up for potential greatness. That's all we're looking for. All we're looking for is potential greatness. See if we can capitalize at the right moment. See if everything works out. And I get really scared at this point in runs because I'm like, this could go downhill fast. We could just lose, lose, lose. So let's take the pill. We get a badger. Not too excited about the badger, so just decide to sell it right away. I don't want to pivot off of hog or blue dragon yet. I could pivot off of blue dragon, but I definitely want to get this hedgehog level up. And of course, I think the most important thing right now is getting the beta fish level up and then pilling it to make room in the team for something else. And shout out the Platybalodon. I think the original way, it sounds like the consensus is some form of the original way I was saying it is probably right, because it's like the dinosaur, right? So it's the tail end of it is dawn, not done. Either way works though, either way. I'm being too picky about it. So actually saving the hedgehog level up for the following turn and bring in the mantis. A lot of times I was doing the praying mantis just like I always do. I can bring it in for a couple turns, or I can commit to it. It just gives me another big unit, something else to focus on. I figured it's nice because then I can run middle Jewel Caterpillar and have the Jewel Caterpillar increasing the sell value of the back friends. And now we are getting permanent 2 gold on the sell. So when we sell those guys, it's going to be pretty nice. So we get the monkey, we take the level up, and the lioness is there. And we sold both units. Now we have 22 gold. So it looks like we're going to go turkey. Just immediately selling the monkey. I'm very surprised that I didn't just pivot off of mantis here. I don't know if I finished my thought earlier, but yeah, it's been I don't know, 3 days or so since I did this run. So typically I don't wait this long to do the commentary. And the Highland Cow's there, so level 2 turkey with Highland Cow. There, now we get off the Mantis. Yeah, when you have a level 2 turkey, there's no reason to be running a Mantis. And yeah, just put the blobfish in front because I'm eventually going to be selling everything in the back here. So I want the Jewel Caterpillar to increase the sale value of the things that just got sniped. So that's great. Alright, we get the Highland Cow at least. Yeah, 2 hearts, only 4 trophies on turn 10. So I know this game's going to go long. We have 1 lioness, so I figured if I can get a pill and like level up this lioness, we're going to be looking really good. But in the meantime, I really just wanted this run to survive, so stacking up the Highland Cow. We can be a little inefficient with turns or, you know, spend more money just making sure we survive now because we're getting a lot of money from this Jeweled Caterpillar, even though it's not showing yet. These teams are scary, but yeah, we can power through. Feels good, feels good. There's the other lioness. So it's perfect. We can bring in separate. Oh, I decided to stack them. I'm surprised by that. Bring in the alpaca and then sell turkey for the other lioness. And I'm not sure if I actually got more gold from that turkey. Maybe it got hit once by the Jewel Caterpillar, but maybe not. So there's probably a lot more gold into the lioness and Highland Cow right now. It's nothing too crazy, but it just, like I said, it's going to allow for those pivots in the end. We're down to 2 hearts. We're getting the shop scaling really cooking now, so if we can survive a couple more rounds, this is really going to pop off. And yeah, draws are fine. Draws are fine because we should be scaling harder than most teams at this point. Just need to survive. There's another lioness. Decide to alpaca gambit and get another separate lioness. So I'm very much greeting. I believe the main reason I stacked those is because one, like the most recent lioness I brought in before, the one I stacked on this one, did not get hit by the Jewel Caterpillar. Oh boy, I am losing it. So yeah, just trying to be efficient with the gold, and yeah, I figure I can get level 3 lioness now, get a level 2. But yeah, sell the Highland Cow now, so it looks like we got an extra 3 gold or so from that sell. And then I stack a lioness, and then I skip a lioness when I have 2 alpaca triggers and 10 gold. What's happening here? I freeze a Water of Youth. I bugged out replays, I believe. I'm going to rewind this. Get it going quick. Okay, I do bring in the... That is crazy. So I just totally bugged out replays right before this, and it just showed something totally different happening. I don't freeze the Water of Youth. I throw the chocolate. See, this is a lot more normal. This is what I would expect. I was like, there's no way I didn't bring that lioness in with a level 2 alpaca sitting in on my team. So yeah, now triple lioness. You see frozen in the shop there. I'll hover over it next turn. It's the sunfish, I believe. On odd turns, it deals like a hedgehog snipe to every unit in front of it. So you can have it in the front space of your team and it'll only snipe the enemy team. Bunch of melon breaks. Or you can have it in the back of your team and hurt everything. So turn number is odd. It's kind of opposite of the... I always call it the wrong thing, and now I'm getting more confused. Not the Wolverine. It'll come to me eventually, hopefully. I always get them mixed up. I don't know why. And yeah, we have a quad lioness now, 3 level 2s and a level 3. I think that's overkill on the shop scaling. Decide to take an oyster. And there's another lioness. So I actually sell one of the lionesses that's kind of lower stats just to bring in this higher stat one. So we're at 1 heart now. So it's an absolute dire situation. Very surprised I didn't throw that lemon. I should have thrown the lemon on this lioness. I'm getting way too greedy now. But yeah, basically 50-50 shop. So as long as we can get through this turn. And yeah, they're just pushing the Highland Cow. Luckily, it's still level 1. Easy smash. And yeah, when you get to this point with Lioness, you can kind of do what you want. So I figured, okay, we've done it. We've made it. We can do what we want. I sold that Lioness. We're at 16 gold now with an Oyster on the team as well. So it was just kind of nice. And yeah, the Jeweled Caterpillar, it left the team a bit ago. I didn't want to mention it because this video is about it, but yeah, it's gone. It's usually what happens with shop scaling runs. You got to get rid of them. And here was my plan. It's turn 15, so we have 15 and then 17. So we should have 2 rounds where we see the Sunfish. I wanted to get a bunch of Sunfish on the team. The 2 pets I was looking at, we'll see in the bonus clip, is Whale and Sunfish. I wanted to get some shenanigans going. My main goal in running this pack with a Jewel Caterpillar was not necessarily to get a full 50-50 shop and 50-50 team. I wanted to basically, as I was scaling the shop to 50-50, start bringing in the units. And I'll explain more in the bonus clip as to why that's the case. It did not come into play here, obviously. We get the shop to 50-50. We got the team incredibly strong here. We're at 8 trophies. It's an even round, so we're not going to see the Sunfish this turn. So the main goal here is obviously just win the round, get to turn 17. Hopefully, I'm looking for Sunfish in the shop right now. That's why I bought the Oyster. I just decided to take the chocolate because level 2 Sunfish in the front would be hilarious in the next battle on the odd turn. I figured this level 2 Sunfish with a couple other Sunfish behind it, that would be hilarious. So that's what I wanted. Luckily we got the Behemoth here. Help carry us through the battle from the crazy Chimera Kitsune meta. Go back to Unicorn pack. Sorry. Alright, so looking for the Sunfish. Just passing chocolates because I just want the Sunfish. And I'm looking at the things in the shop. There's so many good units. Decided to take an Alpaca. I'm like, alright, we gotta take something. So I take the Hydra because if you have a 50-50 Hydra and your enemy doesn't, you're probably going to win the battle, regardless of the other pets. And even though level 1 Hydra is kind of underwhelming, I was like, you know what? It's turn 17. We have a level 2 Sunfish. For whatever reason, I wanted to just put it in the back. I think I'm still thinking the spiny Bush Viper, where you want the max distance. But yeah, let's see if it goes off before it gets pushed up. Stinky Sock. Bam. Get rid of their equipments. They snipe us, which is pretty scary. But we have a ton of stats, but they have a ton of mana. So our Hydra doesn't even get to attack. But the little Hydra heads, it's the perfect amount of trades. And we get the 2-squad win on turn 17. Yeah, so not quite what I wanted, but I was happy with that. And yeah, like I said, let's check out the bonus clip to see the whales. Alright, picking up this one on turn 14, 9 trophies, 2 hearts remaining. So this is it. It's, you know, we can lose a heart, but gotta basically make the pivot. And you see I have the whale here. It's the whale chicken setup. This chicken used to be a praying mantis, and then I compitoed it into a chicken, and I immediately brought in the whale, and it was like, this is the whale team. So the goal was to freeze whales with different stats. So I'd have lowest stat whale in the front, highest stat whale in the back. They swallow each other at the start of the battle, and the new whale, they keep the stats. Kind of like the pelican with the salmon of deaths. But I had rolled so many times in the turns before this looking for whales. So it got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm not freezing whales. Like, I'm putting in a Sunfish. I'm just going to do like whale Sunfish shenanigans and just... But then I was like, nah, I need to find the whales. Luckily, I find a whale. And I find... Okay, so I just decided to sell the chicken because the chicken's strong. I think I wanted to try to either throw or do something. And these lionesses actually didn't sell for that much. So that tells me I already made my jeweled caterpillar pivot way earlier in this game. So yeah, left with 2 whales here that are not 50-50. And they have a level 2 skunk. So that's not a good sign. So you see it swallows the whale and then we spit out a whale. Little whaleception for you. So I thought that was funny, and I thought it'd be hilarious if you can get 5 of these lined up with all different stats. So it's like swallow, 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 or how would you need to get? Would you need? Maybe I'm thinking my ordering's wrong. Because if you swallow from back to front, that might not work. I don't know. My head's not working now. My brain just stops sometimes when I'm doing these. But luckily for us, we get them both there. So you see, and then one pops out immediately. So it's like you swallow it for nothing, kind of. I don't know. I think it's funny. I think it'd be funny to get 5 whales in there. And yeah, we get it done with just 3 of them. So a nice little 3 squad win there. And this is what I want to do with shop scaling, you know, not get it all the way to 50-50, just enough to have fun with it. And yeah, I actually looked shortly after at, for whatever reason, I looked up some of Grounded Sap's challenges on his bounty board. I think that was, or was it, yeah, on some of Haps's challenges or Grounded's, one of those. And the whale, there was a very similar team. It was winning with 2 or 3 whales, and one of them needed a popcorn. And I realized after, I was like, man, I was actually really close to completing that challenge. Obviously, that challenge was made with the other whale, so it's a lot easier now to complete that challenge. I don't think they would make it a challenge with the new ability, but regardless of that, super fun running this build. The Jeweled Caterpillar you can use to pivot for massive pivots on your team. It's super, super fun. Kind of like the Elk, right? It's just a great gold generation, kind of constant pivot unit. Let me know what you think. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. As always, have a fantastic day. We'll catch you in the next one.